Excel has different number of lookup functions. We'll be talking specifically about VLOOKUP function, HLOOKUP function, also match, index, and a few others. What a lot of them is common in all these functions is the need to refer to the external data. Sometimes it is also called as a table array, list, array, just a table. Without getting into details of those specific functions that I mentioned, notice on this worksheet lookups in our file lookup and reference functions. We see two lists in this background. This is a yellow background or mud color background. This one and this one. If we look at these two lists out there, which is easier to read? Nearly everybody, when confronted with that question, would say that list in column G and H is easier to read than the horizontal list at the top here in row 2 and 3. So as we will see later, using the function VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, either one of those functions can provide us with the information that we need based on the context of looking up. For example, a tax rate in this case. But the way we lay out on the data on the screen is very important. And invariably, if you have to use this kind of a data, the vertical list is preferred by most of the people. Easier to read, easier to make sense. A lot of tables that we use in different formulas are either two columns or that we see in column G and H, or two rows like we saw above earlier. Sometimes you will see a list like this over here, maybe this. The whole idea behind lookup function is based on what we see along on the left side of the list. We're going to be pull up the day or other related information off to the right or below. Well, in this case, we will on the left, we will take a look at the compensation, the salaries, and we'll pull out the tax rate from this table on the right side. At other times, you might be comparing a list. These are just the portions of what could be much larger list. Two different lists in two different locations, all based on the idea that you got something in common, something you have data sign like this. So in both these lists, you should have something in common. For example, in this case, we have a Aadhaar number, which is common. So in this case, you will be taking the Aadhaar number, matching the Aadhaar number, and then pulling out the corresponding compensation, maybe matching a list with another list. So what important is how we lay out our data, how we structure the data. If there is any situation when you're designing a list, make it vertical rather than horizontal. It tends to work better. And in this list over here that we just saw, almost by definition, inherently is going to be a vertical list. Now, the information here would not make much sense if structured horizontally. So the various kind of layouts that we see within Excel will vary somewhat. The other thing we might want to talk about too before actually getting started with the function is the idea that sometimes when you use a lookup function, you're looking for the data exactly. For example, someone name, someone ID number. At other times in a table like this, you're simply looking for a breakout point. You can't match exact compensation here. And in the next chapter, when we talk about the approximate matches, keep in mind that the kind of lookup sometimes, just like when you're doing your own taxes, for example, you're looking for a breakup point. Let me make this list wider, the screen. We'll zoom in a bit over here. Let's see this. So you're not looking for the exact compensation. You're looking for a breakup point. What does that mean in terms of tax rate? Well, in case if your compensation is 1,09,518, you're looking for the number before that. So which will fall after 1,05,000, 1,15,000. So you should get an 5.5%. So a variety of different considerations here before we actually beginning begin some of the lookup functions. And in most of the cases, if you're trying to pull the data by using a lookup function, it's best to have the data in the same worksheet. You can't always do that. Sometimes it makes good sense to have a data on the different worksheet and to keep the data here. But when you're trying to set up these functions, it's going to be easier if they happen to be on the same sheet. So I've seen a number of different layouts possibilities before actually start using the VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index and match functions. Let me zoom in. This one should be good. Sheet, which is in our sheet lookup and reference. We are about to use either the VLOOKUP or the HLOOKUP function in its form called approximate match. So we're about to take salaries in column C and return the tax rate based on the information that we're seeing here in the vertical table column G and H. In the horizontal table, in row 2 and 3, we can get the information from there as well, and we will see that in a moment. And I think it's apparent to most of the users, most of the people here, that list in column G and H is far easier to read. It's not just because it's closer to the data, by the way, but just the way it's structured. We don't have to scroll back and forth. Whenever you're setting up a list like this, give it some thought. Most of the time, a vertical table fits better on the Excel screen. Therefore, we will be using a VLOOKUP function much more often than you use the HLOOKUP function. V for vertical, H for horizontal. And the way both of these functions work in this example, what we are seeing here, the salary, the first salary, 64,000 that you see, or 1,09,518 that you see, will end up giving you 5.5%, not 6%. The logic of how VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP work is not to find the next higher value, but a return a previous lower values. So let's use the VLOOKUP in its form, and I'm going to use a VLOOKUP function here, equal VLOOKUP, and it says here, looks for a value in the leftmost column of the table and then return the value in the same row from the column you specify. By default, the table must be sorted in an ascending order. And we will be talking about this, that why we need to sort this data in an ascending order in an approximate match. And that's pretty important, that the data is sorted in an ascending order. Let's take a look at this VLOOKUP function first, and I'm going to activate it. VLOOKUP. Here we go. The first parameter is lookup value. What is the value that we want to find? In this case, we want to find the compensation, which is in column C. I just want to select this cell because I am putting the formula in this cell. And by default, we put formula only in one cell and then we copy to many, many cells downward, rightward, backward, upward. It's all okay. So look for this compensation in C2, and then where is the table array? Where you want to look up this compensation? So I want to look up this compensation in column G and H. So I'll select column G and H. Here we go. Now the next parameter is column index number. Now if it says column name, I would say column H. If it says column number, I would say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, which means 8. Now it doesn't say column number. Somewhere in the functions you will see column number, but here it doesn't say column number. It says column index number. Now what does it mean? Now how does index number differ from the column number? Column number is just the column number that you are in right now, maybe 8, 6, 5. Index number means the range, the table array that you have selected from that table array, what is the column number? Which means that if I selected this table from here, this will be 1, this will be 2. From this range, selected this range, from here, what is your column number? This is 1, this is 2. So I'll write 2, not H. I'll write 2 because it talk about the number. So, and then the last parameter is range lookup. Do you want an approximate match or an exact match? True means approximate. True means approximate, okay. So I can put true, or you can also put 1. 1 means approximate match. Or you can choose to not put anything because VLOOKUP function by default is an approximate match. If you don't select anything, it will be an approximate match. So I'm going to close. I'll put a true here, and I'll show you variations of all 3 of those. And I press enter, and we'll get 0.055. So don't worry, you should be getting a 5%, 5.5%. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that it is formatted as percentage. So I go to percentage, here we go. And we got an answer here, 5.5%. Now we have, since we've used 5 true, it's an approximate match. I could also use 1, which is will fetch me the same answer. And I can also choose don't put anything at all. It will still get me the same answer. And in Excel, we type formula only once and then we copy. Here we go. And we have all the cells filled up with these percentages, their tax rate. And here we go, 59,302. Now you can't find exact 59,300. It's an approximate match. It's a break-even point. It's a breakup point. So 59,000 means somewhere between 60,000, 65,000, but above 55,000. So you'll get how much? What, 3%? Maybe 3.5%. Yeah, 65, more than 65, 59 means less than 55. So you got the sense here. Another thing that you might want to talk about is how the data is placed in an approximate match. It needs to be placed in an ascending order. And that's very important. And why I would say that it's important? Because it will look for the value first and then stops. Wherever it finds the relevant value, then it stops. Now let's imagine if I sort it in largest to smallest. Here we go. That will look for the value first and then stops 1%. Now it may give you some weird answers. What is it calculating? You're getting all wrong answers here. And it doesn't work. So the list needs to be sorted in an ascending order in smallest to largest. We can also use the horizontal list in an HLOOKUP form. So the idea would remain the same, HLOOKUP. Lookup value is again this compensation. Where is the table? My table is this, and I can select the range here. There you go. And when I select the range, I need to make sure that it's absolute. So I'm going to put an absolute here, comma, a row index number. Now, what is a row index number? Row index number means which row has my answer. If I select the vertical list, it says column index number. From the row that I've started the table, where is my answer? So my answer is in row number 2, and I press enter, we get an answer, same answer. Here we go. And that's about it. So same answers that we're getting for VLOOKUP function or an HLOOKUP function in an approximate match that we see here. And if you want to see, I can expose the formula for you. Here we go, equal formula text. And we can see the formula, how it is happening here. So we have seen how to use VLOOKUP function in an approximate match, kind of a scenario here. And although we could have used HLOOKUP for row 2, so we strongly recommend VLOOKUP in most of these cases, particularly because the table becomes much easier to read. And of course, in both these situations, it's always easier to work with these functions in the table data. The table lookup array is on the same sheet. Now, this table can be on a different sheet. It can be on a different file. It can be anywhere, but you just need to refer it to where the data is. Let me put a VLOOKUP function here as well. So you can see, compare both of these side by side. Here we go, comma 2, here we go, 6%. And we can see here what is happening. And maybe you might say, okay, what is these dollar symbols? These are the absolute. This is here to lock these range. If I select a particular range, I cannot copy that down. I need to lock the range. I need to make it absolute. So we have seen different examples of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. You can use either one of it. You will get the same answer.